One of New York's largest commercial landlords is spending $1.5 billion to convert office buildings into apartments. This is quite incredible, right? I've never seen anything like that because it's remaining so high. The pandemic has changed real estate forever and it may never come back. I don't think it will. In the past 2 years, what has been happening is there was an exodus of people who are leaving the cities, going out to the suburbs, like half an hour away, buying larger homes so their kids could do at home schooling. They could work from home. They needed more space. Understandable. But will it come back? Right now, up to 25% of real estate in major cities is still sitting empty in the commercial space. Nobody wants to rent those units. So a lot of developers are moving in now to take advantage of that situation and converting them into rental units. Now, this is happening everywhere at a scale that I have never seen before. And I think it's pretty cool. All right, right here, one of New York's largest commercial landlords is spending $1.5 billion to convert office buildings into apartments. This is quite incredible, right? I've never seen anything like that because it's remaining so high. Silverstein Properties are opening up $1.5 billion fund to convert these unwanted offices into housing, which is shocking to me. The high rise office building in your neighborhood may be soon turning into housing. You guys, this is what scares people. They don't want that. They like their evenings when everyone goes home to the suburbs and leaves them alone. They don't want more people in their area, but they got to deal with it. Look at this, $1.5 billion to convert unwanted office space into residential housing in markets ranging from New York to San Francisco. Across the country, this is happening, and it's going to be speeding up. Office occupancy rates have not fully recovered as remote work continues to gut downtown areas. Remember, the big problem is when workers come to the city, they're paying for parking, they're paying for food, bagels, coffee, dry cleaning, all kinds of stuff. They go shopping on lunch hours. So when they all don't come to the city, a lot of businesses are forced to close down as well. 25% of all New York offices remain available for lease. San Francisco, Boston, and places across the country are facing similar problems. This is a $10 billion opportunity, they say, to convert unwanted offices into new residential housing. Very, very, very important for us to know that. Now, this company, Rent Cafe, did a study. They said developers created more than 28,000 apartments through 2021, and they're estimating 77,000 apartments can come. Now, this is great, but remember, we're also missing 4 or 5 million properties in the United States. Some estimates are as high as 6 million. In Canada, we need a million more units today. So 77,000 units is great, but we're a far, far cry from where it is. Now, a lot of things are happening these days in different types of change. Now, the number one type of change that I love is hotels and motels. Why? Because of water and fire. The water, bringing all the plumbing to your shower, to your toilet, to your kitchen sink, to your laundry machines, very expensive, a lot of labor. Putting in the walls. Think of a hotel. All the walls are there. The bathrooms are already there. They just have to put little kitchenettes in it and they can turn it into single units, maybe knock down a wall, put a door there. You know, the ones that connect. You can have a 2 bedroom, 2 bath unit that way. Pretty cool. But if you want to turn your office space into this, think of this. Offices are huge spaces that are empty with one girl's bathroom, one boy's bathroom, and that's it, and a couple elevators. So to convert that, they have to bring in a ton of plumbing and fire prevention and walls and sprinklers, all kinds of things. So the conversion is a lot harder when it comes to commercial real estate, a lot harder. But it's something to think about. Now, look in Toronto, where I am, 5 former Toronto hotels that are becoming condos. A couple of them people from Toronto might recognize. Fillmore's Hotel, people probably remember that one. It's a pretty famous one. This is down in Etobicoke on the beach. They want to put a big unit there. There's several of these hotels that are getting taken down. I really thought this was interesting. This one, look at that, 1,590 rooms. Unbelievable. That is massive. And they want to have a 1,670 unit residential complex. Unbelievable. I can't believe how big that is. Now, in Toronto, they're also turning into conversion of commercial real estate. This property I thought was really cool. 110 years old. This is in Toronto. Could be converted into 67 new condo units. This building was built in like 1910 or something like that. It was the tallest building in the entire British Empire the day that it was built. Pretty incredible, right? Been office building since. Now they want to turn it into residential units. And this is like right downtown. So if we look at that, that's Toronto's King and Yonge Street. Now they could turn that into that type of a unit, but let's see, we're not really sure. So I think that's a fantastic idea. I think you can make a lot of money converting roadside motels or a taller hotel if you want, convert that into regular units. I think it's a great idea. I'm wondering if you guys think that's a good idea. Now, commercial space, I love the idea for builders to come in and try to take that on, but it's not something that I'm willing to do. I'm just a little guy, but they're going to have a lot more meat on the bone to make that worthwhile for them. But I think in the future, think of this. Is this possible? Do you think that work from home could be a very environmentally friendly way to live? Just hear me out. You had a condo, let's say, wherever you live, and it has X amount of square feet, or a home, X amount of square feet. Now, when you go to your place of work, you also need a certain amount of square feet for your office and wherever else the entranceway is. And you have to have bathrooms there for you. That could all go away. And so now you don't need maybe a car because you don't have to drive back and forth anymore. Maybe you need less gas. Maybe you can work from home and just go meet your clients. Maybe you don't have to have all that extra square footage permanently there, insurance, heating, and everything else, taxes on that building. And it might be able to save you. So I've heard that argument before. I actually think there might be some merit to it. Do you think there's any merit to it? But either way, this is happening. So if you can make some money in buying hotels and converting them, I think it's great. It's happening all over the US right now, especially California with a lot of their new laws that they have coming in. I think there's a fantastic opportunity. But one thing that we have to be careful of is maintaining the culture of the city. What do I mean by that? Most cities have something special that people want to come to. They want to come to the city because there are some old buildings, there are sports teams, there are parks, there are stores that they can go to, maybe something they can't get. Now, I live right on the border of the United States. And so in the United States, a lot of Canadians want to go over there and shop and find things that they can't find in their home city. So that is very, very common in reverse for when people come here. So we have to maintain those sports teams, maintain those older buildings, and so on and so forth. Too often, a lot of cities go down the path where they'll start building a lot of residences only. What happens is when you have no big bulk of the population coming in to work, when they come to the city and add 1 million people every day, they're buying coffees, bagels, street meat, they're buying presents on their lunch hour, they're fueling the economy, going and getting their dry cleaning. They bring a lot of money to the city. Now, all of those stores will close down. A lot of them have closed down on the path here in Toronto, and they'll never open again. And so you got to think about the knockdown effects. If we lose all of those companies out of here and we don't have a lot of restaurants anymore, then what? Then you're stuck with a bunch of condos from here to Kingdom Come and a couple sports teams. And that removes a lot of the culture out of the city. So there's a delicate balance. I think there's a good opportunity to reclaim some of this unused commercial space, convert it. We're in Canada, we're in desperate need of 1 million properties. Like I said, in the US, 5 or 6 million that we need there. So it is there, but we always, like everything, can't take it too far. It has to be a delicate balance in the center. Wondering what you guys think. Please leave a comment below if you think that this is a good idea to be doing it, and tell me if you think it's a bad idea. If you guys know anyone that this could help, please send that message out to them. Please send this video to them. Please remember to like and subscribe to this, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you like that video, you might like this one and maybe something like that.